What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we are going to take a look at LifeOfRiza's work. Shout out to Moosh. Moosh commented twice, so you know we had to do it. I've been getting such good responses from you guys commenting on different types of creators you guys want me to cover, which has been amazing. I love doing these. I apologize for all this messiness in the back. I have a light here. I was shooting something earlier. I wanted to record this. I got lazy. I didn't really want to take everything down. But today we're going to take a look at LifeOfRiza's work, and it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to cover 4 of her videos. I wanted to try something a little different where I covered a couple different videos, just because if I could cover 4 different videos and find similarities, that might help you guys out a little bit more in terms of what these creators do really well with their filmmaking and video creation. So you guys know what to do. Make sure you guys go follow the creator if you guys like their work. I'm gonna link all the videos that I cover on this video or in this video down below, so you guys can watch their stuff first, come back here. So there are like 2 things that she does really well. You could break it down into 3 things. One is rhythm, the rhythm in her writing and the choice in music, and then kind of marrying those together. She does that really well. Also, the use of sliders or tracking shots, she actually uses more often than I see a lot of people. That's actually pretty cool to see. Right here is a cut on beats. Boom. Boom. Rack focus. Okay, so just that shot there. A lot of her videos use tracking and sliding a lot. I believe she has a slider, and then I saw in one of her later videos, it looked like she had a tripod maybe on some sort of track, but it's different. Not a lot of people use this, I find. So adding depth to the shots, like adding, see this in the foreground, is really helpful, especially with slider shots. It actually adds a little bit more emphasis when you are doing that type of movement. So the rhythm here too is like, you know, you hear everything, and then all of a sudden, when the violin comes in, main character, boom.
Springtime. What a nice time of the year.
Okay, so that audio was perfect.
Springtime.
When she dropped her arms.
What a nice time of the year.
Stop.
Arguably.
And a cool thing about this too that she does is there's action that she's doing before the dialogue. Sometimes you'll just see people start talking to the camera, but she gives us this little, like, I don't know, kind of scene of what she's doing set up before actually talking to us.
Springtime. What a nice time of the year. It's also the time that my office is a mess.
That audio transition, the dialogue transition was good. That's how I know that, or that's how I feel that she does a lot of writing and script writing for her videos. Okay, there's this part right here, super subtle. There's like a subtle zoom in. It was like keyframed in, you like here. It's a mix of jump cuts and zooming that in, and how you would do it while in Premiere Pro, if you guys are using Premiere Pro, is like you make your cuts first, you make your jump cuts first, and then you would nest the whole sequence and then use your keyframes to zoom it in. Also, with this one right here, she set the camera outside of the door frame. When we talk about, you know, having things in the foreground or just depth to your scene, like this is it. This would feel completely different if she shot it in the doorway and you didn't actually see the door frame. Also, it looks like she may have had a light on here, like somewhere up here, because it's a little brighter here, and then you can see a bit of the shadows here. And it's like a tungsten light, maybe. This is a cool angle. This too. See how much different angles she uses? And it's just like different heights.
And I'm also starving. Snack time.
Okay, so I noticed too, like, there's a little bit of acting that goes on, and she's really good with her facial expressions. And she doesn't have to say anything here to say, oh, hey, look, I have nothing in my fridge for a snack. I'm gotta go out and grab something. It's literally just showing and not telling, right? And you get it with the next scene. And then the music, perfect. Okay, here she uses like another slider shot. At first I thought it was keyframe. Like you can kind of do these shots and emulate a slider or a track where, you know, if you're shooting, let's say 4K, you could crop it in a little bit and then you can set keyframes to actually move across the screen. But there's like a little bit of a jiggle or a stop. So I assumed it's a slider. If you've ever used a slider, when you get to a certain end, it's not as smooth. She was trying to like slide it and put the post-it on at the same time. But it makes for good action and movement within the shot. So you can get motorized sliders, which is something that I don't feel like not a lot of people actually use within their videos. But if you set it for a certain time and for it to actually move a certain way, you could get shots like this. It's a time lapse, but it has like that subtle movement and it's more of a pivot than like just a side to side movement. So the axis is different, right? It's actually panning down to the right a little bit. It makes for such a great shot.
Oh gosh, I'm running late.
All right, so music. Here's the music. Here's the build up. She's late. She's hoping to get there on time. Driving. The build up of the music. The music building up. See, she timed it perfectly with that jump. And then that hit, that beat on the hug. So I feel like with timing, she did it so well. And I feel like it's because she probably has so much footage. Like she can fill in all these certain gaps. You know, you're shooting all these things, just these extra shots going down the escalator, jumping over, shots at the airport, the street signs, because it's easier to have rhythm and timing when you have a lot to work with rather than you don't have any footage and you just have to end it or you have to stretch the story where it is kind of boring. So always remember to shoot as much as you can to help, like, you know, create some rhythm in your story. All right, this is called the one mindset that's changing my life. If you guys are enjoying this, please like and subscribe. If you guys have any other creators that you think you guys might want me to cover, please comment down below. I do appreciate it.
Not long ago, I came across a quote that said,
okay, sorry. I don't even know why I want to continue. I want to talk about this first shot. Using, you know, this natural light right here, and then the emphasis on the light rays. It's like a bit of haze, or I don't know what it is. I initially thought he may have set a light outside the window, like up high, and just beamed the light through here, because that's like perfect lighting.
for the past few months, you can say that I've been taking that advice to heart.
And the set design too. Just something I noticed. The green color that she chose, the couch, the lamp up here, right, is all like the plants, the green here, the green couch, this green. It's all like kind of warm tones. The wood, even what she's wearing, the tones is actually really nice. So the set design, I see a practical light, that's beaming on the side. It also looks like when the windows open in this room, right? But also a key light that's shining on her face this way. And see the side of her face here? It almost looks like there's another light that's right off here that actually is hitting the couch here and giving her a bit of hair light. So maybe I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I think. Also, if you look at her eyeballs, you could see the light. That's the key light on this right side. So here she has like looks like a furry ass lamp. I don't know what this is, but there's something on it. This is like a lamp outside the door. This is cool because it looks like she used I don't know, a magnetic LED light or like something to stick under the shelving unit. It wasn't this light at the top here, I think, because you could tell that it's a little darker. There's like a gradient to how the light is. So this is cool how she lit this. And then the next scene, so you have the mirror, right? You see her in the foreground. This adds a little bit of depth, like we've been talking about. And then there is a light that is hitting this wall. See how it's a lot brighter on this side? And then you can see the light hitting her here. And it's a lot darker on this side. In the mirror, you can also see that the light is hitting her on this side. So I feel like because it's bouncing off the wall, it's also lighting her face through the mirror, right? So it's giving her that extra lift and exposure.
From dropping out of school to traveling solo.
Okay. A little bit of set design. This would feel completely different if this camera wasn't here in this stack of books. It feels like it. And there's another shot I feel like on the other side of the desk. I remember seeing this. It looks like this. It looks like almost rolled up paper and it was moved to the front. So it just feels very intentional. Okay, so here we see there's a shot where she has like her equipment. This, for you guys that don't know, is like a, and it looked like a blanket, but it's to soften the light. So what she's doing here is she's bouncing this LED off this, and there's another LED at the bottom to bounce it off, to give it a soft light, as opposed to doing it the other way and like shining it through. Bouncing it, I feel like it's a little bit more of a fill and it's not as harsh for the shadows, which is cool. I don't know if it's me, or are these lighting poles? I was like tripping out earlier when I was trying to figure out this. This is a light. This is what I was talking about when I was like, I think she has a light or so, a stand to actually make fake sun rays coming through the window. Or I could just be tripping. I don't know if that's even, maybe I'm just tripping. Is that in the house? No, that's outside the house, right? All right, this is be the main character of your own life.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
See, rhythm with the music, the text, but this shot as well, it's, you know, it's a movement shot. It is trucking from right to left. So it's like just that movement, you know, she uses a lot, which is really cool. And just adding that foreground, that depth with that wall. Music. Okay, here. Using this, you know, there's a lot of foreground. It's like such a tight space, right? I don't think anyone really thinks about using it like this, or does it like this. And a lot of her shots, I'm starting to notice, like it's lower. The camera is lower, almost to a little lower than her actual height. So she gets a lot of like full body shots.
Hopefully it all works out.
Okay. That one was one of the better, like one of my favorite ones in terms of like the music, the rhythm of it. The vocals is what she's using with the actions now, right?
Hopefully it all works out.
Door closed. Boom. Boom. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. And this shot was great. Boom. Low angle. Her friend is waiting for her. She actually posted this. She actually posted the takes of this on her Instagram, so you guys can follow her there too. I'll link her stuff down below. Framing. Music. Boom. Sorry we're closed. That was great storytelling. And then just them two sitting sad. So even the plan of that, like, there's just so much planning. The double side, you know, walking into frame, have to time it. I'll time it. I'll walk into frame. You know, we look at each other, give it 2-3 seconds, boom, and then do a side.
But thanks for watching.
So this is when I realized, I'm like, oh, you know, she might have wheels for her tripod, but she might also have like an actually rig or a dolly, a track that she does a lot of the shots on. You can actually do some DIY rigs or dollies or tracks and stuff. They actually work really well using like PVC pipes and skateboard wheels. It was actually cool to see when she slid it on. I was like, oh, it's, you know, it could actually be a whole track. Comment down below if you guys want to see other creators. Take it easy. Peace.